Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Ask Lukenessmonster, episode 28, the series on the channel where I answer your guys' questions from the comments down below. If you guys do want to ask a question for next week, comment down below in the comment section down below, and I will try my very best to answer it in next week's video. And before I do get into the first comment, I'd just like to say on the channel I'm doing a giveaway. At 1,000 subscribers, I'm giving away this ARC Trooper 3-pack in the background. But you do have to be subscribed to the channel to enter. And we are like 60 subs away from 1,000, which is amazing. We're so close to that 1,000 mark. So if you aren't subbed, hit that subscribe button right now because it really helps out the channel a lot, and it means the world to me. So hit that subscribe button and on to the first question. The first question asks, do you think we will get the clones from the 3-pack that has Echo, Fives, and Jesse in the Black Series? So yes, I really hope that we do, and I think that we will eventually, but I just think as of the near future, there's no sign of them releasing it. They're releasing other figures instead, like an Aura Singh or the one random droid from Mandalorian that nobody really cares about, and obviously I think it's going to take them enough time to figure out what people want, but hopefully that they've seen the desire of everybody that wants one, and hopefully that they're taking that into consideration, and hopefully we get one in the next 1 to 2 years. Jacob Olson asks, question, what is an action figure that you really want that's not in the Black Series or associated with Star Wars at all? So one that's not in the Black Series that I want like one of the Hot Toys figures, mainly the Deluxe 501st Trooper or the Commander Cody from the Hot Toys, and this is one I really want that I've been wanting for a while now that are just super expensive and not something I'm really willing to go out and buy right now. And something that's not Star Wars at all is I really want the Marvel Legends, like the Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy, and those are ones that have been out for pre-order for a little while, and I'm probably gonna try to hunt down in stores eventually. But for right now, it's just one that I've been wanting and haven't had time to pick up yet. Lum asks, question, what do you think of a deluxe version of Emperor Palpatine from Episode 3, with the lightsaber, lightning hands, and the 2 to 3 faces, healthy head, and monster mash? I would pay for that. So yeah, that would be really cool to get like a version of the head before it's scarred and then one after, and then I think you get his lightsaber and his shocky hands, and then I think that'd be amazing. Obviously, it would not be as expensive as a normal Palpatine because that one came with a chair and a throne. So I think that it would be cheaper than that, but I say around the $30 price point. I think that'd be really cool to get, especially in like I think it was like the red robes he wore for that, and I think that'd just be super cool. And I say maybe do something like the deluxe Palpatine one, but have his chair from the Senate office, which I believe is the exact same chair, just black. So they just repaint it black instead of purple. I think that'd be really cool. But yeah, I don't know. There's always possibility, but I think Hasbro's gonna make the more popular figures right now, like the ones from Mandalorian before that. Now, Jay Prasad always asking the really hard questions, but he asks, would you give away your entire Black Series collection if I guaranteed the Buccaneers won a championship? How do you feel about the use of CGI to bring Star Wars characters, including young Luke, young Leia, and Grand Moff Tarkin? Thank you. So, would I give away my entire Black Series collection if I guaranteed the Buccaneers won a championship? Maybe. That depends. Like if they guaranteed a championship, I probably wouldn't, only because I spent a lot of money on my Black Series collection, and I don't know if I'm willing to pay that much for them to win, I guess. Like, that's a lot of money just for a team to win. But I guess if I gave away my entire Black Series collection to guarantee it, then I could go and bet a lot of money that they do win, and then just win big to rebuy my entire Black Series collection, if that makes sense. And then I've made a few $100 and kept my entire Black Series collection. Yeah, again, tough question. And for the second part, how do you feel about the use of the CGI to bring back the Star Wars characters, including young Luke, Leia, Grand Moff Tarkin, all those characters? And I think that is really good. I actually really like that. It's a way for them to bring back some of the older characters in the new media without them like having to cast new actors. And I don't want them to cast new actors because I just like the Solo movie threw me off. I'm not a big fan of how that was with the new actors. I would have I'm sorry. I would have preferred them to actually do like the CGI for them. And I know people don't like the CGI, but I think it's a lot better, and I personally prefer it. Xavier asks, another question, do you want a Season 7 Darth Maul from the Clone Wars? So yes, I definitely do. I think we've gotten Ahsoka, we've gotten the two like Mandalorians, and we got the Ahsoka clone trooper from that wave. We definitely need Season 7 Maul, and I think that it's guaranteed for the future pretty much now that Vintage Collection just announced a Season 7 Maul, so I think that it's going to come to the Black Series eventually. and just it's a matter of time, in my opinion. Luke Skywalker himself asks, do you think we'll get a season 3 and 4 version of Ezra with short hair and blind Kanan? What would you think of that? I think that'd be really, really cool to do, just kind of like a throwback to old Rebels. But I think the problem with that is Rebels is like 2 or 3 years old now from like the last episode airing, and there's just no way that they're gonna make any new figures from that anytime soon, in my opinion. I think the best time for them to do that would be in this next 2 to 3 year span when there's not a whole lot of new media coming out with the new movies and everything. So I think if we are gonna get those, it'd be in the next 2 to 3 years. But I really hope they do, because I think that they were like the entire last 2 seasons of Rebels, and they're a big part of the show. So I do really hope we get those versions of them in the future. Carl asks, do you think we'll get a season 7 Maul and Savage Opress in the Black Series? So I did answer season 7 Maul already, but a Savage Opress is very, very interesting, and I think that there's a pretty good chance of getting it. We saw Cad Bane in the Clone Wars line, and there's Aura Singh rumored. Actually, she's been officially revealed for the Clone Wars line. So I think that a Savage isn't too far off. I think that we're going to get a Season 7 Maul before we get him, but I think a Savage is a really cool choice. I think it's definitely going to be popular. I think it'd just be really cool to see in the Black Series. So. Infernal Hippo asks, do you think we should get all the Ewoks, Tebow, Pablo, Wicket, and Lorgan? I'm sorry if I pronounced those wrong, but do you think we should get those in a 4-pack or just separate? And I don't know. I don't think if it really matters, honestly. I think that a 4-pack might be, or I think like a separate would be better, only because if you only want Wicket and you don't want the other ones, then you can just buy them separately. But I think a 4-packs would be cool if it has like the cool like packaging with the background and everything, kind of like the Heroes of Endor 4-pack did. I think that'd be the only reason that they would do a 4-pack for that, but other than that, I think they would just sell them separately. Tammy Boy asks, question, are all the figures in the box in the background or already open, or are they sealed? And they are all already open. There's a few that are sealed, like the San Diego Comic-Con Rey and Luke Skywalker 2-pack, which you can't see, but that one's sealed. Other than that, I'm pretty sure every single one other than that is opened. And yeah, I open my figures. I just like to display them in the boxes like you see behind you. Now, this is a really good question. The next question says, since the Marvel Legends Thanos 5-pack came out recently, would you like to see something like that in the Black Series, like a 4-pack of Jesse, Echo, 5s, and Rex? So I think that this is an amazing idea, and it's something I'd love to see. And I think that, like, I'd love them to do Clone Wars, and I just don't think they do. I think if they did, they'd do, like, a original trilogy pack. But my dream pack of this would be, like, one based off of the Umbara arc. So say you get like 5s, you get Jesse, you get Hardcase, and then you get like Kix or Dogma. One of those. You put all 4 of them in a 4-pack or even a 5-pack, maybe Rex in there as well. And I think that's just a perfect clone pack. It'd sell out immediately. You know how popular clones are, and I think that'd just be really cool to get. So. Ben asks, will we get a cloaked Boba Fett Black Series or Vintage Collection this year, do you think, from Chapter 9 and 14 of The Mandalorian? And I think that if we're getting a new Boba Fett, that is the least likely one we're going to get. And that's only because people would rather have a armored version of Boba Fett than the unarmored version. So I think if we're getting a new Boba Fett, it would be the armored version. And honestly, that's what I would prefer as well. So William asks, how do you feel about EA no longer holding exclusive rights to Star Wars games, therefore Ubisoft making a new open-world Star Wars game and LucasArts coming back as Lucas Games? I am so hyped for this. The early 2000s was just prime time for Star Wars games, and I just love so many games from that time. And now that pretty much Lucasfilm Games is coming back, I'm super hyped. I think that the next 3 to 4 to 5 years are going to be prime time for Star Wars games, and I think it's going to be amazing to see. So yeah, I'm super excited. Question says, what do you think about a Black Series like Dark Trooper from The Mandalorian? And what do you think about like a troop battle pack kind of line, like a Cody plus 2 orange clone troopers? And yeah, I'd really like that. I think that'd be really cool. Like, you get a 501st battle pack is what it'd be pretty much. Not like the Lego one, but it comes with like a Rex or like a 5s, and then 2 or 3 of the 501st troopers, or like a Cody, an Airborne, and 2 501st. I think that'd be really cool. Something that Hasbro needs to look into. And yeah, I'd be super excited about that. And for the Dark Trooper, again, I love that, and I think that we're definitely going to see it in the future with the popularity of The Mandalorian. So King asks, you recently mentioned that a $30 price point would turn you off. What is the highest price you would ever pay before you stop collecting? So yeah, so basically, if you didn't know, there was a rumor that the new figures would be $30, which is totally wrong. But yeah, I would not like that. I think the highest I'd pay would probably be 40. I think 40 is absolutely insane for an action figure like this, and honestly, that would be way too high. Honestly, even 35 would be really high. So 30 might be the bare maximum I would ever pay for a figure. That's like at retail, not like aftermarket. Aftermarket the prices vary, but at retail $30. Xavier also asks, if they made a Darth Jar Jar Binks for the Black Series, would you get it even though they never make it? 100% yes. I absolutely hate Jar Jar, but I would 100% buy a Darth Jar Jar. Yes. Too Strong asks, if you could make a Black Series creature from the Star Wars universe of your choice, what would you pick? I think the Rancor would be amazing, and the Acolyte I think is called the Praying Mantis monster from basically Attack of the Clones. And I'd say my main one would either be a Blurg from The Mandalorian or the probably the tiger thing that Anakin rides in Episode 2. I think that'd be really cool. You get Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Padme on that thing. You riding it together. I think it'd just be a really cool display piece. So I'd say those would be my main choices. So this is a really interesting question. Leo asks, why was a carbon freezing chamber in Empire so big but Mando's so small? And I think that's just because the technology kind of evolved. No one really used carbon freezing for bounty hunting before Empire Strikes Back, and I think that they kind of improved the technology like 8 years later. I don't know how long Mandalorian is after Empire Strikes Back, but they improved the technology for bounty hunting, and that's what it's mainly used for. And the last question from my boy Ricky, he asks, AJ or Tyler? I gotta go with my boy AJ. And that is the last question for today. I do really appreciate all the support. If you aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button because it really helps out the channel a lot, and like the video if you did enjoy. And if you do want to answer a question or ask a question for next week's video, comment down below and I'll try my best to answer it next week. I'll see